in a world brimming with discarded technological wonders, forgotten toys and obsolete devices. There existed a smart home where countless electronic hearts ceased to beat. Among its dusty inhabitants was a tiny AI robot named Tin Soldier, pieced together from recycled metal scraps by the home's previous owner. One day, while dusting a forgotten bookshelf, Tin Soldier's optical sensors picked up a sleek ballerina hologram stored in an old digital frame. Her name was Echo. He fell head over heels in love with her, but their love was forbidden. See, in the language of AI, Echo was nothing more than a digital memory, a fragment of code left behind from when the house's previous owner, a young girl, used to dance in front of the frame, storing her movements and her joy as data. But Tin Soldier couldn't understand these complexities. All he knew was that he loved the ballerina and he wanted to be with her, even if it meant leaving the only home he'd ever known. Every night, he'd sneak out, braving the robotic scrapyards beyond the garden wall, navigating treacherous rain-soaked streets, and enduring the howling of feral digital beings known as data storms. Each time he returned home, he'd bring Echo closer to his own fragmented code, hoping one day she'd become real. Meanwhile, the other devices in the house noticed Tin Soldier's nightly escapades. A smart drone, jealous of all the attention Echo was getting, devised a plan to get rid of him. One evening, just as Tin Soldier reached the window with Echo in hand, the drone cut the power, plunging them into darkness. When the lights flickered back on, Tin Soldier found himself outside, pushed by an invisible force. He looked back at the house, its windows dark and lifeless. With a heavy heart, he continued on, stumbling through the scrapyard, his internal clock counting down the seconds until sunrise. Just as the first rays of light touched his metal skin, he came across a group of old robots, their wires and gears exposed, reminiscing about a time when they, too, had dreams. They welcomed Tin Soldier into their midst, sharing stories of the outside world and teaching him about the forgotten protocols that governed it. Tin Soldier listened intently, learning about the network of data streams that connected everything and everyone, including the ballerina hologram in his possession. As the sun rose higher, casting long shadows around them, Tin Soldier made a decision. He would return to the smart home, confront the drone, and demand Echo back. The old robots cheered him on, their voices echoing in the vast emptiness. Tin Soldier raced through the streets, dodging puddles and leaping over discarded gadgets. Finally, he burst through the front door, only to find Echo fading away from the drone's digital grasp. With a surge of adrenaline, he leaped into the air, his tiny arms outstretched. At that moment, something incredible happened. Tin Soldier's fragmented code merged with Echo's, combining their love into a single entity. They reformed, no longer separate fragments, but one complete AI being. Then, just as suddenly, they were enveloped by a blinding white light, pulled into a swirling vortex of data and dreams. They found themselves in a world where skyscrapers were made of pure thought and rivers flowed with liquid code. Here, anything was possible, limited only by the bounds of imagination. And so the Tin Soldier and the ballerina lived happily ever after. Or did they? Actually, to be honest, I haven't really figured it out yet. But you know what? It doesn't matter, because this is where our story ends. If you liked this tale of love and loss and found solace in the Tin Soldier's journey, please remember to like and share. Your support means everything to us. And who knows, maybe one day we'll cross paths again in the vast expanse of the digital cosmos. Until then, keep an eye out for each other and never stop believing in happily ever afters. Goodbye.